Welcome to the Cash Flow Couple Podcast, where we go behind the scenes in our short-term rental business and reveal tips, tricks, secrets, successes, and failures. Whether you have 0 units or 100 units, this podcast is for you. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Wendy Williams, along with my husband, John Williams. Together, we operate Queen City Suites, a short-term rental business here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome back, everyone. We're here today for another exciting episode. And John's looking at me like, you said you weren't going to say that. But I am going to say it because it's super exciting. We are coming to you not from the garage. Warning, we are not in the garage. We are in Miami. We are in Miami with a very special group. A very special group to us is the Kingdom Real Estate. And we are here at a mastermind. They're probably going to get mad that I've called it a mastermind, but it's a community event where we get together and we hang out, and it's a great family experience for us. So we are here and in Miami for how many days? Like 4 days? So we're here for 4 days and we're hanging out by the water, and it is so absolutely gorgeous. And we thought, you know what? Let's do a podcast because we happen to be here with another couple named Brittany and Joe Howard, who have just started their very first short-term rental. And we thought, man, how exciting would it be to ask you guys all these questions and see what your experience has been. What's it been like to run your very first short-term rental? And, so let's introduce Brittany and Joe. Hello, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having us, Wendy and John.
We're very excited that you two are here. Now, this is your first Connect event as well. So what do you think about the Connect experience?
Well, I feel like I love the community. I love the fact that all the people that we see online, now we get to see face to face.
That's cool, isn't it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're like, you have legs.
Yes, definitely.
Because we only get to see each other from the top up.
All the mentors in the group, I just feel like it's another chance for them to pour into us in person. And then also, I just feel like it's another time to network and build relationships with people. Maybe you don't have the time online to ask certain questions or get to know them more personally. So it's just been an amazing, like my mind is actually a little blown right now. I've taken on so much information, but it's been beautiful. It's been a great experience.
Yeah, it's a really cool experience to actually get someone that has been mentoring you. Like we have mentors ourselves within this group too. So it's always great to meet the person that, has helped you in what you're trying to do in your business.
Yeah.
And
as I was saying,
stuff.
It's such an honor to be on this podcast because I feel like we, just starting our short-term rental, I feel like we wouldn't have been able to start it as fast or efficient without the help of you guys. So,
Aww.
I mean, you guys are mentors to us. So it's
That's
been
awesome.
it's a blessing to be able to be here and that you guys asked us to even be on your podcast.
Awesome. Well, very cool. We appreciate that very much. So, yeah, because y'all have just, taken this short-term rental thing and just really run with it. Mm-hmm. And it's incredible to see your enthusiasm and your growth. I mean, your supply closet looks phenomenal. I'm so excited about that. She's got it all designed and it looks fantastic. So
thank you.
She could not be any prouder of you. So you just done an amazing job. So talk to us a little bit about like how you got started because you didn't start with short-term rentals, did you? What does that look like?
So how we got started, I was working overnight at a nonprofit and just started looking up different ways of creative passive income because I always knew about residual income and stumbled upon creative real estate. And once I found out that it was real, I talked to my mom about, just doing some deals that she had some money parked away. And we had a property come up next door to her lake house. And I made a pitch to the owner and said, hey, we would like to buy your property on land contract. He said no. And I was like, well, usually it doesn't happen like that in the videos. But, several weeks later, he came back and we ended up doing the land contract. And fast forward, it was just that growth and that confidence that we just kept building off of. And it seems like the junkier the house, the better the deal. So then that led us into another business path. But that's how we got started.
And I would say Joe jumped on board before myself. I was a little timid to jump in. I thought, I wanted to do my own career. I had my own thing going on. I was supportive of his journey, but I would help and assist him do we were primarily wholesaling. And then later on, I decided to be an assistant to a realtor because I was considering getting my license. And I was basically getting her transactions when she got them under contract to close. And then I would see her check and my check. And I'm like, what? I'm on the wrong side here. And so then I just realized that I wanted to be able to build our business. So I aligned with my husband and decided to pour into our business. So yeah.
That's really cool. It was really, really neat. So talk to us a little bit about how going from what did it look like to go from wholesaling to like the short-term, how'd you get into short-term rentals?
Well, actually, the house that we currently have our short-term rental in, Joe got, we actually own a full-service junk removal business and dumpster rentals. And we had a lady who called us because her brother needed to go to a nursing home and she needed junk removal from the home. Well, then while we were there, she's like, oh, well, do you know anybody who, buys houses as is? Because I need to sell this house for my brother, but I don't want to fix it up. I don't want to do anything to it. And we're like, well...
As a matter of fact,
into the right person.
I may know someone.
Yes. Yep. So we bought the home, and Joe was actually the one who came up with the idea. Him and one of his not coworkers, but affiliates, partners. And so they're like, okay, we could refinish the house and then turn the bottom half into a short-term rental, which I was like, okay. Like I was timid, but I was like, okay, tell me more. And so, yep, we bought the house for $60,000, probably put about $60,000 into it. And then after we turned it from a 3-1 into a 5-2.
Oh,
so
wow.
The downstairs is now 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, and then it has a kitchenette. And trying to think.
What market are you in? Where do you tell everybody where you live?
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay. And that's where your short-term rental is.
Correct.
Gotcha.
So then we decided that it'd be nice to live upstairs and have some income coming in downstairs to pay our mortgage. And I didn't want to tenant down there like long term because then we wouldn't be able to utilize the space when we wanted to. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to let Joe
I
share a
hear
little
ya.
bit more about that because it was his idea from the get.
Oh, yeah. So it was your idea, huh? Yeah, it was kind of backwards from us. Yeah, because it was the whole short-term rental thing was my idea originally. John was like, I don't know. Is this going to work out? We don't live near anybody. Y'all were kind of saying the same thing, weren't you? Yes. So you don't really live in like a super touristy populated area either, kind of like us. So
No, we don't. It was when my partner Ty in consulting had approached us about it and ran the numbers. We actually started up a short-term rental, like property management business. And then we had an ideal client, as we talked about earlier. But when it went sour, we were like, well, why not just start here at home, and learn everything that we need to learn. We're not going to be doing anything that's unethical like the other potential client that we were working with. So once I just showed Brittany and my mother, because those are the 2 decision makers in my life, the numbers and how it could pay for our mortgage, and like just the goal is passive income. So we were like, hey, if we could live here and have it paid, why not? And just have that extra space to be able to host for holidays, upcoming holidays. So that's what we did.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. That's a really good idea too. Well, so what's that been like? Like, so you decided, between the two of you that, yeah, this is something that we want to pursue. So what happened after that? Did you like go um, research, like, quote, Airbnbs, or did you like just say, hey, I want to just put like a bed down in here, or did you get a bed off of Craigslist? How did you furnish the space?
So I feel like it's a twofold question. So I'll answer the first part, then I'll let Brittany answer the second part. So the first part, for the research, we spent several months, Ty and I, just doing research. We even start going to short-term rental meetups.
Oh, so you've got some short-term rental meetups in your area.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's growing very
awesome.
Exponentially in our area.
Awesome.
And being a part of the Rental Property Owners Association, being on the PR committee, RPOA, they were like, hey, this is a big thing. So just going to that was a lot of free information that I knew was very valuable and pertinent. So we did that. And then once it launched, Brittany just took it as a newborn baby and a great mother would do, and started doing all the shopping. And I'll let her speak on what she did on that.
I was going to say, well, right around the time we decided to start the short-term rental is when I joined the kingdom. So like I said, Joe had been in it for a while, but that's when I actually made my appearance and started actually being active in the community. And that's actually when I met you and John. And I was like listening to what you guys, all the tips that you guys share and all the success stories you guys, that you share in our community. And I feel like I took notes. You can search in the community and like look up topics to gain information. So I searched everything I could and then started to implement. And then, I would make lists, and you guys made the comment, are you the Motel 6 or Motel 8, or are you the Hilton? And I'm like, what are we? I don't know. Like, I need to figure that out. So
that was the first step. Very good. Mm-hmm. Excellent. So you're deciding on your target market first. That is awesome.
Yeah, and that was really helpful too from you all, because listening to the podcast and watching you all live, and it was especially with the book. Brittany was like, "Yeah, I bought a book." I was like, "Babe, you didn't talk about buying a book. Is it really important?" And I was reluctant. I was like, "What are they going to teach us that we don't already know?" Okay, I've been going to these meetings and talking to different people. But I remember getting the book and I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. And I finished the book before Brittany. Well, she at the same time, and I was just really adamant on it, like from tip 1 to tip 88. Like I was like, all right.
Tip so you read it from cover to cover, did you?
Yes. Okay. Yep. And I was like, tip 47, John says this. And it was like, that just saved me for different things in our relationship and our marriage.
Awesome. That's awesome.
It was really helpful.
I love to hear stuff like that. Yes, that's awesome. If we could just help like one person not have to go through some of the pain and blood and sweat and tears that we had to go through, then we are successful. We are successful.
And you set you guys set your book up beautifully, because like you said, you don't have to read it front to back. You can just go. And I think that's nice, because even though we both have read it all the way through, there's times where I'm like, wait, what was that? And then I go back and reference the tip.
Yeah, I think that's helpful.
Yeah, so I really like that, because there's things that we didn't implement in the beginning because, you do need capital. And I feel like, but it's like, I know what I want and what we need to be successful from your book. Right. And so it's nice. It shows us like where we're at and where we want to be.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because that was one of my other questions. So are you looking to just stay with one short-term rental, or are you looking to scale? Is this like a business that you want to start?
Yes,
was my
very
question,
much so.
really.
And I never knew that, because like I said, I was hesitant, but once we got going with it, it's lit a fire and a passion, because I've been in the hospitality industry for over 10 years, and it's just clicked. Now it's like we have real estate, and I'm like, I didn't know you could do short-term rentals, and that's real estate, so it's just, yes, we want to duplicate the process. And, we thought you have to own your own different homes, and we've learned from you guys that that's not the case.
Right.
So we're very excited. We're just fine tuning some things before we grow, but our goal is to definitely grow and accumulate more short-term rentals for sure.
Awesome. So is that where you see yourselves in like 5-10 years from now is having like a short-term rental, a professional short-term rental business? And are you still going to be doing the junk removal business, or you just do you want to just get out of that and just do short-term rentals, or what does that look like?
So we want to automate, excuse me, we will be automating all of the businesses in which we are currently doing right now. So the junk removal business, Junk Nights Incorporated, if anyone is in West Michigan, feel free to reach out to us.
Nice.
So a free complimentary and competitive quote.
Well done.
So we will be automating that. And with Right Side Up Property Management, that's the business for the short-term rental business.
Okay.
The motto is to get to 10.
Okay.
And then actually one other thing that you all said is like being able to purchase the properties outright instead of doing like a master lease.
Mm-hmm.
That's a new goal. So we will be manifesting all of our energy with our investors for the end of 2019 and beginning of 2020 to get a lakefront property near Lake Michigan, to be able to have equity to do the short-term rental business.
That is awesome. You know that it's like my dream to have a lake house. That's one of my goals, is to have a lake house. Yeah. But I want to have it like up here in the mountains of North Carolina, and, kind of have a bunch of land and possibly some horses, and, but I want it to be like more like a bed and breakfast type thing, but also a short-term rental thing. Yes. So, but that's one of my dreams, is to have a lake house up in the mountains. So and
that sounds beautiful.
Have a very nice large garden. Yes, it's going to be wonderful.
Yeah, and I think a goal of ours as well is, I feel like just like the kingdom, I feel like we eventually, as we grow and, evaluate, because I feel like, we can say what our 5-year goal is, but the beauty about what we've learned is, you're always going to evaluate and adjust. So
yeah, that's
definitely know we want more, but we'll see how the journey takes us and how many it gives us. But I want to be able to eventually teach other people and help enlighten them the way you guys have enlightened us, because like you said, it's just so nice to help people and save them from the stress of having to figure it out the hard way.
Yeah.
So
right.
You guys have definitely saved us, like, about telling us about keeping spare batteries and light bulbs and even security cameras, and there's just a lot that goes into it. But once you get it, it's a lot easier to duplicate.
Yes, that's true. Once you put those systems and processes in place and start your automation, then it's a lot easier to move from you doing everything to, hey, you're not doing hardly anything at all, or you're
Which
doing
is the beauty of
very minimal things. So do you have anything to add, Mr. Williams? No.
Not so much. We're just so you can't see us, but we're limited to 2 microphones. So Wendy's kind of like doing her thing with the microphone. I'm like, just go with it. And then of course they're using the other one. So I did have a couple of questions just listening to that interview. You said you were, just kind of backing up a little bit, you said you were in the hospitality business before. So what did you do in the hospitality business, and how is that translated to this, if at all? Is that something that transferred over at all, or was it, I guess that's my question. Was it helpful?
Yeah. So I waitressed for 10 years, but I would say the last 3 years I worked my way up to restaurant manager. So I would say there's a lot of the same similarities as far as customer service goes. I mean, at the end of the day, I wouldn't say the customer is always right when it comes to short-term rentals, like how it is in the restaurant industry. But at the same time, you learn how to please people. You learn how to accommodate. You learn how to study and like figure out what your market is and what they're coming for and how to please them. And like what amenities to add. I just feel like it built my customer service skills. So I feel like I'm more effective serving my guests now in a different realm of hospitality. So it has nothing to do with food, but now it's more experience and stay.
Yeah, and we've talked about that before too. It's not really a place to stay. It's more about the experience, right? And that's really what you're selling. You're not selling a bed and a pillow. It's really the experience. And I think you're right. Having that experience of dealing with people and serving, it's coming from a place of service, right? And so that's kind of why I asked the question, because I kind of picked up on that, and I was wondering if that was something you kind of validated. So that was my one question, actually.
Oh, it was a great question.
So I'll give it back to Wendy.
Well, do y'all have anything else that you need? I mean, what do you? What's the next? Yeah, what's the next step for you? I mean, is there some way that we can help you move to the next step?
Well, I feel like you've already helped us move to the next step in the sense of like, I thought, oh, let's just get another rental and we'll turn it into an Airbnb, but it's not really like that. We are trying to figure out we cater to families that are coming to the area that have children. And I feel like we like that market. So if that's going to be who we're catering to, we want to evaluate, we have to figure out and plan out where it would work best for us. And so with that being said, now it's just looking at the spaces and approaching, different landlords to see if we can get the space, we're going to get.
Yes.
And then coming up with the funds to furnish and implementing the systems we have in place currently with the new rentals.
So you said that y'all do the same thing, that you serve families with children. Is that because that you are family with children, or?
Yeah, I think that we could relate best.
Because that's what we did too. Yeah, that's why we
and honestly, where we are located right by a university, and it's just in our heads, we were thinking like parents coming to visit their kids. We live down the street from a funeral home, families coming for funerals. So we just thought it made the most sense, like as far as trying to evaluate what customers would want to rent our space. And then, like you said, we just were like, well, we are a family, so that's who we know how to best cater to.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly why we did it too. Yep. And then we have those two big old lab dogs, and now we're like, hey, we should cater to families with children and fur babies.
To answer your question, from my perspective, how you all can help us is just keep doing what you all are doing as well. More is caught than what is taught. I have somewhat of an educational background, and as far as consulting, and if you think about with children, they always do what we do. And you all being our mentors, we're watching you and excited for you all and your growth. So as you all continue to grow, we're going to be motivated by just the energy of you all getting to 10, 15, 20 rentals, and being able to speak at other connects, because that's something that I look forward to internally. Is like, oh wow, this is when I see other people winning, I'm inspired by that. I don't want to say motivated.
It is inspiring, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah. So that my fire is fueled, and
it's inspiring to be in a whole room full of winners.
Yes, and then just to be able to see the next time we meet up, like, oh wow, we just had one. You all had your 7. Now we're at 5. You all at 23.
Right.
In that growth. So it's just keep doing what you all are doing, and that's really helpful for us. Because then when we get to 10, then you all know how to, hey, Joe, this is what we experienced at 10.
That's right.
So that'll be really helpful.
Well, that's really helpful that you said that. So that's what we will do.
Thank you.
Well, if you guys have some way for people to so you have a booking, you don't have a direct booking website or anything?
Not yet.
So you listen to us, and you're only doing Airbnb right now. So good for you.
Yes,
that's fantastic. So what about your tell us your business again, your
the full service junk removal.
Yeah, do that one.
It's Junk Nights Incorporated. So we do full service junk removal, full service demolition, dumpster rentals, and yard debris. Okay. Junknights.com is how you can reach us. We're on Facebook, Instagram, And also, someone's in the area, they can give us a shout, 616-805-9773.
There you go.
And we'll
Perfect.
be able to give you book within 24 to 48 hours.
Such a
And Brittany
good
wants the
salesman.
microphone back because this is her new baby.
That's a good salesman.
But no, I was just going to say the name of our short-term rental it's called Country Suite Close to the City because
Okay,
we're
so that's your
about
title.
Yes.
Okay.
And so we're about 15 minutes from downtown Grand Rapids, Michigan. And so that's why we say country suite, because you're like on the main road and then you turn off and we're tucked away and our neighbors have goats and chickens and we got a
that's
couple.
so cool.
Yeah, we got a couple acres. So it definitely feels like the country, but then it's like you turn back out, get on the road, and then you're right back down to the city.
No kidding.
Yep.
That's awesome. So y'all are pretty close then. So you get like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, in a way.
Like
We didn't plan it that way. It's
that's
just
cool.
the way it
though.
worked
That's
out.
cool. That is really cool. So you get to, stay in the country, but yet if you want to go up into town, it's only a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yes, definitely. Well, we appreciate you having us on.
Yeah, we're so excited that you guys were here and we finally got to meet you. I mean, we've been talking online for a long time, and we finally get to meet you in person, and it's so exciting to get to know you guys, and we are super, super excited for you too, and can't wait to see the beautiful growth that you about to have.
Excuse me, in closing, I have to make this public. I am really excited and thankful for all the work and effort and sacrifices that Brittany has done for us and our family.
You are so sweet. What a good man. Right on.
Trying to finish the night right. No, but seriously, like
trained him well.
I'm really thankful for my wife and my partner, and I tell her all the time that I feed off her energy. So if her energy is not up when I need to recharge, then I'm just down in the ruts for a couple of days until I bounce back. But just seeing her take the short-term rental business under her wing as a great mother she is, it's like her new baby, and it's so great. I'll try to say something, she's like, no. But I know she's so serious about it, and I'm fine with that because it's our last name at the end of it, and it's not for someone else. So that's what I've wanted for the last 10 years. When she built great systems and management in place for other companies, now she's doing it for us. So
That's awesome. Yeah,
thank you, Brittany Lynn Howard.
Aw, so sweet. That's so sweet.
No, I'm not crying.
Well, thank you guys for being here. We sure do appreciate you, and I guess that's all for us. All for us.
We hope everybody has a great night.
We're out. Yeah.
Thanks for listening to another exciting episode of the Cash Flow Couple. If you found value in this episode, please subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, virtually anywhere you might find a podcast, whatever podcast player you're listening on now. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. It helps other people find us. It helps us move up in the rankings. If you did not know, we also have a YouTube channel. It's The Cash Flow Couple. All of our episodes go there. But as well, we also put other video content that is not part of the podcast. You can find us on Facebook at The Cash Flow Couple. We go live there quite a bit. We share tips, tricks, things that are behind the scenes in our business that you may not see on the podcast, but it's definitely more of a real-time, day-to-day type experience. So definitely follow us on Facebook. If you want to ask us questions, or if you have concerns or something you want to hear on the podcast, hit us up by email, info@thecashflowcouple.com. We love to hear from our audience. We really care about you guys. We want to see you succeed, and we want to hear what you have to say. So hit us up, info@thecashflowcouple.com. So until next time, happy hosting, happy investing, and we'll see you on the next episode of The Cash Flow Couple.